Now I want to show you a very popular workflow if you are using our Revit plugin, and it's called matching location, and you can enable it when you go to setup and hit match location on push. But before this we need to set it up or configure it, and the main thought behind this is that if you have elements inside a volume, it could either be a space, a room, a mass. A lot of people have a own Revit model with masses, and they need to populate information to all the elements inside the mass with, for instance, the control zone name. So here I have actually two models open. One model with only masses, with like one mass per level, so level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. And that needs to be linked in to your other model. So if I actually set mass to be seen, then you can see those masses here. And then of course you need to connect both of your Revit models to Anker. So when I go to my Anker project, you can see my mass model and you can see my architect model. And then we head over to Revit. We head over to the architectural model, and here we need to create two Revit filters. I will open my filters, edit new, and I will create one, and this one I will call Anker Mass. And here you select the category that has the volume or mass. If you do space or rooms, obviously you will need to select space and rooms. Apply. I create a new filter. This is called Anker Elements. And here you select all the categories that you would like to use to your elements. So I usually just check all, so I know that everything will work. Hit apply, OK. And then the last thing you need to do is go to your Anker project, hit the setup wheel on your project, go to Anker properties, add, and then here I call it Anker matching location something, and it's not a string, so here you need to change this to an element ID. Hit submit. Then we can go back to Revit. Then I will go through the setup. Then I toggle this to be on. I click next, and then I click next. And here you will see how to configure your location matching. So I can actually delete this one because I only have one setting. And here you choose if the masses or rooms or whatever you use is in your current Revit session, like your current document, or if it's a linked model. And since this is a linked model, I choose this. And here you choose the Anker or Revit filters that we just created. So you go from Anker Mass, and we write the name of the Anker Mass to the elements in the filter Anker Elements. And then the last one is the Anker property. And here you can see the Anker element ID type that I just created. I select that one, hit next and next. And then now when the upload is finished or the sync, then we will be able to have a relationship with all the elements inside each mass. And a way to check this is to go to Anker, and while we wait on the sync, we head over to tables. We can use the same table that we had made previously. And here, if I add property, and I add the element ID property that I just made, so was it Anker matching? And yeah, since that element or property is empty, I need to hit include properties, not an element. And then again, since this is a web-based platform, I actually need to refresh my browser so the new property is loaded in. So then I refresh my browser, head over to Anker, match, hit this, and then you will see the Anker matching location, and it doesn't have any values, but I'm still waiting for Revit to do the sync. I add it to my table, I can go back to files, and then I just have to wait for this to be finished. Let's see how it goes here. Okay, so it's finished on the Revit side. Then I just need to wait a bit. All right, then it's done with syncing. I head over to my table, and then I refresh it. Then you see we got a relationship here in the element ID. I can expand this. And then you will see, for instance, the ceilings, which are in plan number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Then maybe we would then we need to actually create a new population, because the goal here is to actually, so if I click on this window here, the goal here is to update this parameter called control zone with the right zone. So in order to do this, I will head over to populate. I will create a new one. I call it matching location. Then I can use my Anker matching location property that I just created. So now it has value. Then I will do exist, because I don't care about the other ones who doesn't exist, because I need to use this one. And then here I search for my control zone, and the value that is going to be pushed into the control zone is the Anker matching location, and then we take the name of this matching location. However, if we populate this, then we will get everything. And if you see, it actually is 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we forgot 6. 6 is probably this one. So we don't want the whole thing, because you see it's plan 0, 1 on every one. So we only need the first part. And what we can do then is that we can use our functions in the population. So this one is to actually split a value after a certain sign. So here I just click on this function, I add this. Since I'm actually splitting this not from the comma but from this semicolon, and I don't want the second part because that's the plan 0, 0, because it splits the one in two indexes. Index 1 is the first part, index second is the second, so I want the first part. We hit populate. Then afterwards we can create a table just to check. We create a table, I can expand the value, and then I see, okay, this worked. Now I have what I'm looking for. And then of course I go back to my Revit model, I click pull. Then this time again I don't want to pull every property, I only need to pull the control zone. So I hit that over, we pull it, and we wait. All right, we get a same report saying how many elements got the values. Close this, I will check it. All right, plan 7. Let's try this one. This is also 7, plan 5, 4, yeah, so this one works. Great.